The episode opens in the immediate aftermath of the failed rebellion that concluded Season 2. Player 456, Gi-hun, is emotionally shattered, haunted by the deaths of his comrades, especially Jung-jae, who was mercilessly gunned down by the frontman. Gi-hun is returned to the sleeping quarters, not as a victor or a threat, but in a coffin-like box, symbolizing the death of his spirit. Bound in handcuffs whenever he's not in the arena, he is visibly broken and tormented by survivor's guilt, repeatedly asking why he was spared. As the episode unfolds, Gi-hun discovers a critical betrayal. Player 388, Kang Dae-ho, failed to deliver the much-needed ammunition during the rebellion, a cowardly act that ultimately led to its collapse and the slaughter of many players. This revelation becomes the spark that ignites a dangerous shift in Gi-hun's psyche. His grief mutates into seething rage, and his focus narrows to one goal: vengeance. Jung-jae delivers a stunning performance, channeling Gi-hun's inner fury with minimal dialogue and intense physical acting, making this transformation a standout moment. Meanwhile, a pivotal subplot emerges involving Guard 011, No Yule. Disillusioned with the system, she refuses a direct order to execute player 246, Park Gyeong-seok, a terminally ill father clinging to the hope of saving his daughter. Instead, she stages a dramatic act of rebellion, killing fellow guards in the operating room to save him. Her defiance suggests an emerging fracture within the ranks of the masked enforcers, hinting at a deeper resistance to the cruelty they enforce. The arrival of the VIPs signals the start of a new and horrifying game, an extreme version of hide-and-seek. Players are divided into red and blue teams. The red team becomes the Seekers, armed with knives and tasked with hunting. The blue team are the Hiders, given keys shaped like a circle, triangle, or square, which must be used collectively to unlock escape routes hidden within a twisted maze-like playground. They have just 30 minutes to complete their objective. Many of the more morally upright players like Hyunju, Jung-jae, and Jun-hee are placed on the blue team. However, key player swaps occur. Young-sik persuades his mother to let him take her place, sparing her from the moral burden of killing. Myung-gi tries to do the same for his pregnant lover Jun-hee, but she initially refuses. Gi-hun, however, chooses to remain on the red team, his decision driven by bloodlust and unresolved trauma, suggesting a descent into moral ambiguity. As the game begins, chaos erupts. The blue team scrambles through the nightmarish maze, dodging knife-wielding hunters, while trying to locate all three shaped keys needed for escape. Gi-hun relentlessly hunts Kang Dae-ho through the corridors, consumed by a singular, dark purpose. When he finally confronts him, the moment explodes into raw violence. Gi-hun strangles Dae-ho to death with his bare hands. It's a brutal personal execution that marks a definitive break from the man he once was. Only after the act is done does Gi-hun realize he had been projecting his guilt and anguish onto Dae-ho, using revenge as a means of coping with his own failures. In one of the most emotionally gripping sequences, Jun-hee, player 222, goes into labor in the midst of the chaos. Her allies, Jung-jae and Hyunju, spring into action. Hyunju, a former soldier, shields them from the red team, while Jung-jae bravely delivers the baby. The birth, amidst the savagery of the game, presents a poignant image of hope and life. But the respite is short-lived. In a heroic yet fatal decision, Hyunju returns to ensure the others are safe, only to be ambushed and killed by Myung-gi, now a cold-blooded player murdering his way to a larger prize pool. Myung-gi soon reaches Jun-hee and the newborn, where he's confronted by Young-sik, his morality hanging by a thread. When Young-sik makes a threatening move, his mother, Geum-ja, makes the ultimate sacrifice. With heartbreaking resolve, she kills her own son using a concealed hairpin, prioritizing the baby's life over her maternal instincts. Elsewhere, the arc of the deceitful shaman, Seon-yo, comes to a violent end. Addicted to manipulation and drugs, she's fatally stabbed by Min-soo, who, lost in hallucinatory madness, mistakes her for his tormentor Nam-gyu. The episode ends with the VIPs delighting in the bloodshed, their depravity reaching new depths. In one final chilling twist, the newborn child, delivered in the middle of horror and death, is declared a new player by the VIPs, turning a symbol of innocence into a pawn in their grotesque game.